Welcome back to Campus Tailgate Podcast, the college sports podcast. My name is Jake, and I am here with Kyle. Today, we are talking about the college football preseason top 25. So crack open a beer, start your grills, and let's get going. Kyle, you have to be happy with the preseason top 25, considering your favorite team is on top of both the AP top 25 and the AFCA coaches poll.
Let's
Georgia
go.
getting 60 out of 63 votes in the AP top 25 and 61 out of 66 votes in the coaches poll. um, I don't really have a problem with it.
It makes sense, right? We're
Like, it
back to
makes
back
sense,
champions. Like, how can we? Like, come on, it makes sense.
I don't think you're going back to back to back, but
Oh, hell yeah, we are. Hell yeah, we
your
are.
fan base is
I
annoying as shit.
Now we are. We have something to brag about. Before all we could do was just suck Alabama's dick and pretend it was okay. Now we actually have something to brag about. Hell
Oh
yeah.
man. But
Let's
we are going to
go.
go teams that we think are about a little overrated, teams we think are a little bit underrated. I'm actually going to kick this one off with, I think, probably three straight bangers. I think Michigan, Ohio State, and Alabama are all ranked too high. They come in the 2, 3, and 4 slots respectively. Michigan got clocked by TCU to end the year. I know they only lost 51-45, but like everybody knew Michigan was losing that game. Like it wasn't. The score was closer than the game was. Let's be very, very clear about that. And Ohio State and Alabama don't know what they're doing with their quarterback situations, and that
Yeah,
automatically, to me, drops them a little bit.
Yeah, I agree
Like,
with the Ohio State and Alabama one. The Michigan, I'm a little indifferent. Like, I think they deserve to be up here just because they didn't really
yeah.
lose anyone. And like the only big difference with Michigan is
And
they.
Harbaugh misses the first 3 games of
Yeah,
the
that's what I
year,
was
so
just gonna
like,
say. I was just say like the only real issue with Michigan is
yeah,
they don't have Harbaugh right now. But like I totally agree with Ohio State and Alabama. Like I also think they're too
yeah.
high right now.
Which means that I probably think LSU and USC are probably a little bit too low. That I think that follows naturally because I think LSU and USC would be the next two teams on that board, considering last year and the fact that LSU hasn't really lost anybody. USC lost a couple of people, which I think they're ranking at 6. Like it makes sense, but it's also too low because the other ones are too high. Um, Penn State like I know they're good. I didn't think they were top 7 good. Am I the only one that has a weird reaction to that, or do you also look at that and go, "What?"
Um, yeah, I think it's weird, but it's not like something I'm like staring at and be
No,
like I
I'm not
look
like, "Oh, that
like
doesn't make any sense," but like,
yeah, like
it's a little weird.
I looked at it and go, all right, whatever. You know who I think is
Like,
too low? Like absolutely atrociously too low. I think this team should be top 5 right now. Is Florida State?
I have the opposite opinion of you.
What?
Yes,
No,
I'm not
Florida
hopping
State's
on a
winning
Florida
the.
State train, bro. I'm not hopping
I'm
on
all
it.
on. I'm all on it.
They
Go
went 10 and
Knowles.
they
Go
went 10 and
Knowles.
2 last season, and they shouldn't have beaten LSU in week 1. So they should have been 9 and 3. Jordan Travis, as we will talk about our top 10 quarterbacks in college football in a later video. Again, be on the lookout for that. If I haven't reminded you already, hit the subscribe button to get notifications for all of our uploads. We'll be uploading 3 times a week. I am not hopping on the Florida State train. The only thing I ever hear about Florida State is about Jordan Travis and Jared Versay, and 2 players don't make a football team. So
Hey, Jordan
reminds
Travis
me a
is
lot
good.
of Alabama's team last year, where it was like quarterback, edge rusher, nothing else. But
Yeah,
Alabama had Jahmyr Gibbs, and Florida State doesn't have Jahmyr Gibbs, or Nick Saban for that matter.
no, but Florida State will still be able to compete. They will finish top 5 in this year.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I'm just not that high on them. I think I have them finishing around 10 and 2, so like it makes sense. But I think they're somewhere like they'll finish for me somewhere around 12, 15 with the 2 losses. But I
I
mean,
am.
I just
I,
like it's only slightly too high. I was like, I don't know if they belong in the top 10 yet, but that's just me.
I am very excited for Sunday's matchup with LSU. I
I
am
think that's
so
gonna be
excited.
so telling. I can't wait for it.
It's gonna tell the whole story on both teams. It's gonna really like. I hope it's as I think it will be. It's going to
Yeah,
be a shootout. I think it's absolutely gonna be Rock'em
we will
Sock'em.
we will be talking about this in our next video, which will be
Oh
uploaded
yeah.
in 2 days with our most interesting matchups of week 1. We'll talk about week 0 games because obviously they have happened already at the time of this uploading. You want to know? You know who's too high?
Hmm.
TCU at 17.
Yeah,
They're too high.
I
They've
agree,
lost so
but
much production. They're too
you know
high.
why they were just in the championship game, right?
I
So
don't
like
care, bro.
you
I
you
look
have
at
to.
what you have now.
Yeah, but you have to also look at what they had last year, right? Like
But you lost your starting quarterback. You lost Quentin Johnston. I'm pretty sure you lost your starting running back, all of whom were top
yeah,
players on your the top players on your team. They were the best three
I,
players on your football team.
who was their running back, man? He was
Kendra Miller.
drafted.
Kendra Miller.
Yeah, he was drafted by the Saints. That's right.
Yeah, yeah. And
Uh,
I love seeing Wisconsin up here. I do. I love seeing Wisconsin up here. Luke
uh,
Fickle and the first year of Wisconsin. I think that's going to be wonderful. But
yeah, it's gonna
TCU's
be
a little too high for me, man.
TCU is very high. They are probably not going to win more than 5 games this year. Looking at their schedule real quick, like they they are playing tough. They have like two right now. Just like in the first 5 weeks, they have 2 wins. That's pretty tough. It's like
And mind you, they are 17 in the AP top 25 and 16 in the coaches poll.
yeah,
Which for this video, we're going to go off the AP top 25. That is the official one that they use when doing the rankings. I thought Notre Dame was a little bit too high until I saw them wall up Navy, so I'm going to eat my words
it's
on that one.
Navy. No,
I don't
listen,
care who it is, bro. When you beat
I,
a team 42-3, it doesn't fucking matter.
it does matter because
It
who you
doesn't
play.
matter.
Navy sucks. Navy is dog shit. It doesn't
Guarantee
matter.
you they probably end up over 500 in a bowl game.
Well, no, I don't. I
Yeah,
actually don't. I
yeah.
actually don't agree with
I'm
that.
pretty sure
But
they've done that like multiple times.
now, like Notre Dame didn't look great yesterday.
Hold on a minute.
I'm sorry.
Just give me a second here.
Eh?
This team went. Never mind. The last time they were good was 2019 when they went 11-2. I was right. I stand corrected.
But like, no, listen, like, no
I genuinely thought they made a
disrespect-
bowl game last year. It's on me.
No disrespect to Notre Dame. I know they're going to finish top 15, probably top 10. This
Listen,
season.
I'm not saying they're like. I thought they were too high. I thought they should have been ranked closer to 20. I'm just okay. I eat my words. You probably finished right around 13 this year.
I don't think they looked that good yesterday, to be honest.
I don't
I
know,
wrote,
man. I
like,
think that's.
what I kept watching, I kept
Yeah.
seeing mistakes Navy was making more than I kept seeing successes Notre Dame was making, and that to me tells the whole story. Like
I don't-
when I'm looking
I don't
at
agree
that
with that.
game, I saw a lot of plays where the defender was not in position. A lot of times where they were
Okay,
just
you
not
can
reading.
capitalize on mistakes.
Yeah,
Every team makes
I'm not saying.
mistakes.
Yeah, but again, that just means yeah. But what if you go now playing teams that aren't making those mistakes? Are you going to be better than them?
I'm
No.
not saying they're gonna beat like.
Eh.
I'm not saying they're beating Georgia, man. I said they should be around 15-13. That's not even that
I know,
bad.
but
Like,
I'm saying that I don't think they'll be as good as everyone says they're going to be this year. I didn't think they looked that good yesterday.
I think you're wrong. It's fine. I think
Like,
that's
that
wholeheartedly
could also
incorrect.
just be that I was salty that Navy made me lose my parlay.
That's
yesterday.
exactly what's happening.
So that
Don't
could
you-
just be.
You're just
could
biased.
just be a little.
You're just biased. My God.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I've got two more schools that I'm like, okay, this is a little weird to me. I'm gonna start with North Carolina. I don't think they deserve to be ranked this low. Like they're at 21. I thought, especially with Drake May and Mac Brown, like the quarterback head coach combo, they'd be somewhere near 15. So I think it's a little weird that they're that low. I understand that they didn't have a great year last year. Drake May was forced to do a lot of things with his legs instead of with his arm. As a quarterback, he's a top 3 quarterback in college football right now. I don't think that's even disputable. And so having them at 21
Alright,
just feels
Alex,
weird because of the quarterback head coach combo. And that normally breeds success at all levels of football. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they are a little low. I'm not.
I think this is a team that could run the table in the ACC. I'm not going to lie to you.
I disagree because I do have one team higher. I already
Yeah,
mentioned
you have
them.
Florida State and
I already
Clemson
said
and
Florida
all that,
State.
yeah.
Well, I don't have Clemson high. I do have Florida State higher.
Okay.
But I don't. To me, it's just weird that they'd even have them this low. To be honest.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like I get it, they finished 8-4 or something around that last year. Like they weren't wonderful, they weren't great, they weren't dominant. But also you get another year of Drake May, who again, at the very least, top 3 quarterback in college football right now, along with Mac Brown, who's a national championship winning head coach, albeit, almost 20 years ago now, but has won a national title, has had continued success in college football. Had to take a step out, come back. I mean, North Carolina's been very good ever since he got back. I just think it's a little low. And the only other team on here that I'm like, is Tulane.
I love
You
it, to
might
be
be looking at
honest.
another different. You might be looking at a different team because there's one there that like shouldn't be there based on last year's record, but it makes sense to me considering all they're getting back. But like Tulane losing Tyjae Spears and not bringing back the most productive running back in college football, I don't think they deserve to be up here. I'm surprised UTSA isn't on here considering they finished in the top 25 last year and are bringing back virtually every starter. I think they had some honorable mentions
Yeah,
here.
there is a team who didn't make the 25 that I am pretty shocked is not on here.
Which one is that?
I am shocked South Carolina is not on here.
They shouldn't
Still
be.
keeping Spencer Rat.
They shouldn't be.
Wow. Oh
I
man.
don't fucking like Spencer Rattler. Count me on that train.
I know you don't love him, but I still
Like
top
UCLA
10.
deserves to be in the top 25 before South Carolina does.
False. No,
But
that's
UTSA deserves to be in over both of them. So
yes, I'm not disagreeing. UTSA does deserve to be in here, but when you keep your quarterback who's top 10 in college football right now,
I'm not sure I would say that.
stop it.
I'm dead serious, dude. I wouldn't say that.
We'll get there.
We'll get there in 2 days.
In a later video,
We'll
but
get there in 2 days.
that just spoiler alert for a video coming out.
I
Jake
don't
and I are
care.
gonna.
I fucking hate
I
Spencer
think
Rattler.
no, I think Jake and I are about to throw hands in a later video, folks. So stay tuned for that one. Be prepared there.
Oh man. But yeah,
Jesus.
who's the one team that you're thinking about here that's like too
That's
high?
too high. You already said it for me. Is Tulane.
Okay.
Tulane, I definitely think is too high. They didn't bring back Tajay Spears, which
I wish James Madison was ranked, but I know that they lost all their
They
team. I know they
stopped.
lost
They
like half
can't.
their team,
Stop.
so like
where'd they finish last year? 24th.
yeah, but they were like undefeated, which is weird.
Well, they didn't play anyone good.
Doesn't
It's
fucking
fine.
matter, bro.
I know it doesn't matter. Another team that I'm kind of shocked is here is Texas A&M. Like to me, they didn't prove any.
Yep,
They
that's
didn't
what I thought you
prove
were looking
anything.
at.
They didn't prove anything last year, and I mean,
I can
granted,
make a case for A&M. I can make a case.
yeah, like
Like they
Like,
were destroyed by injuries.
they were.
last
They
year.
had
Like,
a
it
lot of
wasn't-
injuries.
Like I think
like,
they were on
yeah.
their fourth string quarterback at one point.
Yeah, like I know, like Texas A&M got a lot of issues last year, but that being said, like still have to go by last year for where you're putting a team this year too, right? You have to.
Yeah,
look
no,
at
I'm not
that.
saying like I don't think they
So-
deserve to be up here, but like I can make a case. I understand why the AP and the coaches poll are like, you know what, they got shafted. They probably deserve to be here.
It is going to be interesting this year because I think
I'm pretty sure
do
Desmond
have-
Howard had him as a dark horse in the SEC, which I think is hilarious. But
yeah, I think it could make some noise in the SEC West, to be honest. But I
Maybe.
don't think if I'm looking at it for right now, their ranking, I don't think they should be ranked yet.
that's fair. No, I think that's fair. But I mean, I've got nothing left to say on this one. Kansas
good.
receiving votes and Troy receiving votes makes no sense to me. But hey, whatever. I'm not in the AP. Uh,
Before we call it quits,
Yeah, go for
I
it.
just want to mention about the FCC poll.
oh, the
Uh,
FCS stuff. Yeah,
The
please, let me hit it.
FCS schools.
Let's do it.
For one, I love that New Hampshire is up here. Fucking love that. Also
Oh,
love
man.
that Rhode Island is up here because as someone who grew up right down the road from URI, they
Yeah, you
are
wanna
one
know
of
who-
the. They're like the worst school ever for football. They consistently only won one game every single year. So them being ranked is amazing. But I'm also excited to see Incarnate Word being ranked 7th right now, considering
I
they
hate to
played
tell
UTEP.
you. You want to know who's ranked higher than all of them? Massachusetts' own Holy Cross, baby. Let's roll.
Holy crap.
For the record, South Dakota
Wild.
State and North Dakota State are the top ranked teams in the FCS coaches poll, followed by Montana State and William and Mary, which, in relation to South Dakota, North Dakota, and Montana, is on the opposite side of the country in Virginia. But roll Jackrabbits, I guess.
Hey, that's awesome. Go Jackrabbits, man. I think that's sick. I could see South Dakota State making an appearance in the act in like as an FBS school, to be honest, in the near
I
future.
mean, I'm waiting
They've
for
been
the I'm waiting
consistent.
for the Pac-12 to be like, you know what, we're gonna take South Dakota State, North
North
Dakota
Dakota
State.
State. We'll take Montana State,
We'll take
Sacramento
Montana
State.
too.
Yeah, we'll take all the shitty schools. We'll thrive here.
Oh man. On that note, guys, that is our reactions to the preseason top 25. Let us know what we got right, what we got wrong in the comments section. Who did we not mention that you think is out of place? And you can see it on the video, but make sure you go follow us on TikTok and Twitter, now X. And on that note, we'll see you next time.